Alright guys, so I thought I would do another commentary video. This is kind of a spur of the moment video, just because I thought this video was lost. Never to be seen again. Not by me, not by anyone. This was my very first YouTube video I ever created. I created this right after the VGX Awards that was hosted by Jeff Keenley. You know, this was pre-Dorito Pope. This was the most laughed at, mocked event in all of video game award history. And it was my very first YouTube video. I, at this point, look at it and I'm very excited to watch it, especially because I thought it was gone. I haven't seen this probably in 7 years. It's been about almost 7 or 8 years now that I've been on YouTube. And I'm not going to wait till the 10-year mark because for all we know, YouTube might not be around in another few years. But if it's not, I want this to be here just as my reaction. And I was very pissed off. I thought the Video Game Awards was a joke at this time. They've progressively gotten better. But this was 2013, and everything that encased this video, this was me not knowing how to edit video, not knowing anything about YouTube at that point. But from what I tried to do, and I hope you bear with me, I'm probably gonna have to cut this up because for some reason I made a 19-minute rant video on the VGX Awards. It's probably really only took, if you're really thinking about it, it should have only took me 5 minutes to get all my thoughts out there. But I really went hard into the VGX Awards and dug really hard into Jeff Keenley at that point. So let's get into it. Alright, here we go. For many of you who didn't know, yeah, the first channel's name was Game by Night Reviews. And I just opened up showing my video game collection in the video. VGX Rants. So, VGX was on Saturday. Oh, man. What can I say about it? So, you can definitely tell I just woke up. Disappointing. Disappointing to say the least out of everything they had to show. We didn't get very much game news like we, wanted. Okay, pause. A little backstory behind this. Because I had just started on YouTube, I had just recently lost my job. This was back in 2013. I had just recently lost my job. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I really wanted to do in life. I knew I wanted to do something. YouTube seemed like a good outlet. And I was watching other videos on YouTube at the time, other channels. And I was like, I could do this. Easily I could do this. I talk about video games nonstop all the time. To people who care, people who don't care, I talk about it all the time. And back then I was definitely heavily invested more into what was going on with modern video games than retro video games, which you guys know me for now. I was playing a lot of modern games more than my old games. I still had all my old games, and then after this turned into the very first game reviews that I did on the channel, which were, funny enough, all Super Nintendo and 64 games and PlayStation 1 games. And was retro to begin with, but my very first video was a funny rant about how much I hated the awards. So, and I recorded this in my dad's house. I was over there because he was out of town, and I was watching his cat. I think I was feeding his cat, and I decided, oh, I'll record it in his office because I didn't have one at the time. Granted, we probably should have expected it to be as horrible as it was.
Why did I watch the VGX? Fuck!
Bad hosts making
bad jokes at our expense.
There was
Personally,
a lot of bad jokes.
I can get over. I can get over hosts that are horrible. I'm not there to watch the hosts. I'm just there to see the awards.
True. That stays the same for every year. I've watched it since then. Hosts, music's stuff that goes on, appearances. I don't care. I don't care about comedians. I'm there for the video games.
Of game footage.
Oh, and this was 2013. The height of seeing video games.
No sense with the entire fucking show.
Oh, snap, dog. I didn't even know we were supposed to be talking about video games this whole time.
I thought I was going to see more game stuff, but I'm going to show you some footage of...
Oh my god.
Before the VGX starts. So VGX is about to start.
Oh my god.
It's got about 15 more minutes.
The old townhome
I plan on
in the
watching
background.
weekend.
Oh my god, you see that red light circle back there? That was because I was being cheap and trying to heat the living room without using the heater to save money.
If you haven't been paying attention though, and you haven't checked out the ad or live stream, there is this creepy eye that just sits here and watches you while you're waiting for the event to start. Check it out.
There is nothing wrong with your television set.
The whole
You know what? I give myself credit for being my very first YouTube video, not being at all associated with knowing how to edit video, being educated on things like I am now, and doing it professionally for a living. I give myself a lot of props because that, for a first YouTube video, probably took me fucking like a day, maybe more, to edit. And I still did it.
move all around my living room and then look at me like real threatening. Telltale, I don't know what you're doing working with Gearbox and Randy Pitchford, but do not let Gearbox fuck this up. And don't let them drag your name through the mud like they did to everyone else when they made, what were those two games? Duke Nukem Forever? And the big one, the one that made me the most mad out of anything that's come out this year, Alien Colonial Marines. I want my money back.
Alien Colonial Marines fucking sucked.
I'm sorry, I keep calling it VGAs. That's what it is. All they did was put an X though. It's just as fucking horrible as they normally are. It was very disappointing. We barely got to see anything that we wanted. There's games that look really beautiful and they look great. I can't wait to try a lot of the things that we saw.
Let's pause right here. Back in 2013, 2012, 2013 was around that time where video game developers and publishers, kind of like how now we're all worried about loot boxes and gambling in our games and paying for stuff that should have been in the game. Stuff that I made a video a long time ago about called The Power of Pre-Order and Why It's Bad. I think I re-uploaded that on the channel. If it is, I'm pretty sure it is. Check that out. This was around the same time. But 2013, if you weren't aware, was the time of video game developers and publishers giving us nothing but CGI cutscenes to video games and promising that our video games were going to be exactly that good of quality. We're going to be what we saw in the trailer and delivering on all those promises that you saw. And then reality, when the video game would come out, it would be utter garbage. It would be nothing of what the trailer showed. It would look like nothing. It would play like nothing. Sometimes it wouldn't play at all like the game was promised. Like Alien Colonial Marines or Duke Nukem Forever. And this was that time that we were in until things started to change. This was before even like all the DRM policy stuff that was coming out for the Xbox One. We were still in the Xbox 360 PS3 time at this point. So that should tell you how long ago this actually was.
I was streaming it through game trailers on my Xbox.
Shout out to Game Trailers. Still a good site.
What did I didn't see one commercial for a game during that entire thing. All I saw was a little bit of game footage, like all of us saw, and pretty much nothing else. I got made fun of a lot by our hosts. Well, me and all of you that play video games, pretty much. You know, we're geeks and we have no life, and
I guess so.
we wear giant Pampers.
No.
I don't know what the fuck that whole thing was about. Shitting a diaper. That's all I heard for a while. And oh my god, open bar. Gamers are fucking nerds. And
I mean, watching this fucking video, I sure look like I fit that description.
in my opinion, so this is just
Look like I just rolled out of bed and decided to fucking make a video with my dad's cat's shitbox right there in that closet.
is the face of game corporate evil. He is by far.
I couldn't even spit my gum out for some reason to make this video.
The higher ups that are making all these shitty decisions and shitty moves in the game industry right now. He's just the poster boy for them. And he will do anything and everything to make sure that either one, you look like a fool if you try to go against him, have a different opinion.
I mean, Jeff Keighley, I'll give Jeff Keighley a break. Jeff Keighley, I'll give him a break. After this whole video game award crap happened, he got a lot of flack, was shit upon by everyone, and he's gotten a lot better. I give him 100% props to kind of like making a 180 in the industry. But this year was definitely, it did make me sick.
Pitchford even there. Did everyone forget about alien colonial marines this year? I didn't!
I was very mad about alien colonial marines for a long time.
Stay the fuck away from the Telltale games. It's great that they're gonna make one for you.
I still feel that way, Randy. Still to this day, that hasn't changed.
Videos, you don't need to do anything saying, oh, this is completely different. This is the greatest thing that we've ever seen since Borderlands. You know what? I thought I was going to get an innovative, creative, different experience in the first-person world with alien colonial marines.
It's true.
You were a huge Aliens fan.
It's true. Promised all of that. They never delivered, obviously.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway.
so that's...
We went on a side tangent.
Whenever anyone brings up Randy Pitchford to me, all I see is red. I see red, and it's like Kill Bill. I hear Randy Pitchford's voice, or I see him on TV.
I was like 24. Maybe I was 23. I was 23 or 24 at this time. I'm 31 now. I was a lot more fiery back then.
I got more videos coming. VGX, VGX, whatever. They sucked.
Jesus Christ.
It's I got more videos coming on for you this week. Thank you for those who've subscribed to my channel already and liked me on Facebook. This is all new. You know, I'm just like you guys, just an average guy that just goes to work, comes home, and plays his video games.
Still true.
And all I want is, I want my video games to be good.
I still do want
I want
that.
my products for my video games to be good. My accessories, my
want that.
controllers. That's something that's coming out this week. Microsoft and your Xbox 360 controller. You guys should be purely ashamed of yourselves in what you did with those controllers.
we were living in a time where products were definitely being cheaply put out.
I'm gonna keep making videos for you guys. Opinions are opinions. That's what YouTube's for.
It used to be that way. YouTube used to be about opinions. Oh wow, and copyrighted Newfound Glory music. Can't be playing that. Can't be playing that. Anyway, wow. Okay, so a lot of thoughts and opinions went into this video. I went on a rant about the awards and how crappy they were. I went about how stuff was promised it wasn't delivered upon. I went on a big rant, obviously, about Randy Pitchford. And, I mean, for a very first YouTube video, I will say that it's pretty funny. I would have subscribed back then to me if I wasn't me. I mean, it goes to show how far we've come as far as what the video game awards have turned into. Jeff Keenly has completely turned around in the last 7 or 8 years it's been since then. Sadly, Randy Pitchford hasn't changed at all. Gearbox hasn't changed at all. The video game industry has definitely changed. That's one thing that I can say for sure that has happened with the video game industry. The video game industry has changed from where back then we were worried about pre-orders. We were worried about disc-locked content. We were worried about paying for things in games that we should have gotten as the game came out. Now we're worrying about loot boxes and gambling in video games and surprise mechanics and all of this stuff. When back then it was simply, you know, GameStop and ranting about GameStop and how bad they were and how video game companies would sell you on CGI trailers and wouldn't deliver. Now we've gotten so far where GameStop's almost not even a company anymore. The video game industry has changed as a whole. We're talking about new generation consoles and another new generation console right around the corner. And YouTube was so different back then, just in 2013 alone. I know I came in kind of late as far as video game reviewer, video game content maker at that time, but you know, when I did get in, YouTube was a completely different place. It really was. Watch time didn't mean anything. It was about subscriber count. It was, you know, people's comments. Your videos were being shown to people that were subscribed to you, first of all. There was no bell notifications. There was no email thing you had to worry about. If you wanted to get partnered with YouTube, you could back then just apply and you would get it. That's how it was back then. As long as you had videos and I think a certain amount of subscribers at that point, that was the requirement. It's crazy how far things have come, things have changed. Platforms with video games have changed. YouTube has definitely changed for the worst, I still say. Twitch wasn't even a thing really back then. It wasn't bought out by Google yet. That's also a thing. Wow, it's just been there's so much stuff that has changed over time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was fun for me to watch this for the first time again in almost like 8 years. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below, and hit the like button if you enjoyed it. And make sure to follow me on Twitch, where I stream 3 days a week. And I'll see you guys on the next game review or video. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you next time.